I ran out. I ran to the bathroom. I almost didn't make it, and I just threw the stall door open and vomited. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I make a lot of mommy related videos, lifestyle videos, random challenges, and tag videos. So if you're into that kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe, and let's just get into it. Today, the video I'm going to be doing is my 19 and pregnant story about my symptoms. So I had a lot of symptoms during my pregnancy. My pregnancy was very low risk, so they weren't bad symptoms, but I did have a lot of symptoms nonetheless. So if you want to hear about that, if you want to learn, if you're maybe about to be pregnant or you think you are pregnant and you're trying to figure out if you want to know the symptoms, stay tuned because I got a lot. For my first trimester, my first symptom that I had was sore boobs. And that may be kind of weird, maybe you've never experienced that before, but that was the first sign I had that I was pregnant at all, was I had really sore boobs, especially in the shower, and it was bad. It sucked. I'm not gonna lie, it sucked. And my next symptom that I had was cramping. I had a lot of cramping very early on, maybe when I was about 4 to 5 weeks pregnant. It was like as soon as I found out, right before I found out, I was cramping really bad. And I thought, you know, is this normal? Is this a bad thing? But it is very normal to have cramping, especially at the very beginning of your pregnancy. So if you're experiencing cramping, don't worry, it's normal, trust me. And then I have a list down here if anyone's wondering. See all these are all my symptoms. It's a lot, I told you. Hang in there. So next I had a little bit of spotting, like nothing big. It was maybe like once, like one time in one day, like it only happened once, and I noticed like a little bit of pink spotting. I'm sure it was my implantation bleeding, which is what happens with most people. They will notice a little bit of pink on their panties or their panty liner or something, and that is the implantation bleeding when you first get pregnant. And next I did have morning sickness. My morning sickness didn't start until around 7 weeks pregnant, and then it lasted a long time through my pregnancy. Most people most people's morning sickness gets better around 11 to 13 weeks. Mine did not. Mine continued a little bit longer. So with my morning sickness, I was mostly just extremely nauseated. I would wake up nauseated, I would go through the entire day nauseated, and I would go to sleep nauseated. I would wake up in the middle of the night because I was so nauseated, and I always felt like I was gonna throw up, but majority of the time I did not even throw up. But I did throw up probably a few times a week. It wasn't really bad vomiting at all. Like some people throw up multiple times a day, every day. That was not me. I threw up maybe like 3 to 5 times a week, and majority of it was just like what do you call it, dry heaving, like throwing up but not actually anything coming up. So that's majority of what I experienced, which really sucks, by the way, because it hurts all through here. It hurts to experience that kind of like thing going on with your body. So if you have that symptom, I'm so sorry. It sucks. It was probably the worst thing I experienced in my pregnancy. Maybe one of the worst things, definitely one of the worst things. But let's move on. Around 10 weeks pregnant, I had extremely bad breakouts. Now, I'm not talking like I got a little cluster of pimples here, like a couple of pimples like popped up. No. My face completely, like my entire face broke out in this awful acne, It was worse than it's ever been in my whole life, and I've always had pretty bad acne growing up. Like, I've always had it all over my cheeks, all over my forehead, which I still have it on my forehead. I don't think that's ever going to go away really, but who knows, maybe I'll figure something out in the future. But it was, oh my gosh, it was all over everywhere. It was the worst acne in my entire life, and I felt so bad about myself. I never went out in public. I never put on makeup because I was terrified that anything I put on my face would make it worse. I didn't know if I could still use my skincare products because, you know, when you're pregnant, there's like different rules, and half the people say it's okay, half the other people online say it's not okay, so I just kind of stopped putting anything on my face, and it was scary. Like, I was honestly scared it would be like that forever, and obviously I had never been pregnant before. This was my first time, so it did not stay like that. It did get better, but the worst acne of my life. So if you're experiencing that, you're not alone. I went through it too, and I felt so bad about myself. So yeah. Another symptom that kind of goes with the morning sickness is I lost a lot of weight. Okay, like, I'm not talking I lost like 3 pounds. No, I lost like 10 to 15 pounds in my first trimester because I was so nauseated that I could not eat anything. The thought of food made me feel sick. Any smell of food, if any food was near me, I would feel sick. I just did not want to eat anything. The worst smells for me were anything that had any remote bit of vinegar in it, and oh my god, if any vinegar was near me, I would just want to throw my guts up. It was disgusting. It was the worst smell ever. That and farts. If anyone around me farted, I would know. It was so bad. And since I did go to college when I was pregnant, which you would know if you saw my other 19 pregnant video, oh my god, so many people in college just fart all around you in lectures and everything. It is disgusting. Disgusting, guys. Ugh. And so yes, I did have really hypersensitive sense of smell when I was pregnant. That is another symptom. So I feel you, girl. If you are smelling everything, oh, hang in there. It is a tough ride. So my next symptom is that, especially because of like the acne and everything I had going on, how sick I was feeling, I got pretty depressed. I felt kind of lonely because Philip and I weren't living together yet, so things were pretty sad. I was pretty much just spending every day laying in my bed, watching YouTube, trying to eat but not really eating anything, and it was just, I wasn't feeling good. I felt really insecure. I didn't want to go out. I felt so ugly, and yeah, that was how I felt for my first trimester. However, in the second trimester, things kind of started turning around for the better. So I'll start with telling you that I still did have my morning sickness in my second trimester until about 18 or so weeks pregnant, and that is a lot longer than most people, although some people do have their morning sickness throughout their entire pregnancy. And if that is you, I feel for you, because oh my god, it's so bad. I hate morning sickness. But I did stop around 18 weeks after that. I did still, like, I still had the hypersensitive sense of smell. I had that my entire pregnancy. So I did still throw up and get nauseated sometimes, but it was nowhere near as bad as the first trimester and the first like half of the second trimester. I will tell you, one of my major aversions, one of the major things that made me throw up and nauseated was Chick-fil-A. I know a lot of people love Chick-fil-A. I personally, my first time I had it was when I was in college. Had it once my freshman year, then my sophomore year when I was pregnant, I decided, oh, I'll have it again. Sure, my friend really likes Chick-fil-A. Let me try some. And guys, that was the worst I've ever thrown up in my life, was when I had that Chick-fil-A when I was pregnant. Oh my god, I threw my guts out. I had to run out of one of my classes, which was really bad because we were about to have a quiz, and I had to throw out. I was getting sweaty. I knew it was coming, and I ran out. I ran to the bathroom. I almost didn't make it, and I just threw the stall door open and vomited, and it was really embarrassing. Luckily no one was really in there. There was a janitor in there, and she was, bless her heart, she was so sweet. She was like, oh my god, what's wrong? What's wrong? Here, have some napkins. Are you pregnant? Are you pregnant? Do you have a baby? I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm throwing up my guts, and you're over here being so kind, but I kind of just want to like sit here and cry now, because I don't know about you guys, but every time I vomit, I cry. I can't help it. Anyways, on to the next symptom. In the second trimester, my acne did start clearing up around the same time that my morning sickness stopped, which was great. Obviously, it was hormonal acne, which, yeah, it sucks. So my next symptom is I had really sudden urges to clean everything in the house, and I started wanting to cook, which is really weird because I hate cooking. I'm not the cook of this family. Philip is, if we're being honest. I do like food, I love food, but I'm not a huge fan of the process it takes to make the food, so that was really weird. I was cooking everything. I was looking at all those Facebook recipes, all those little videos they have of those little quick recipes, and I was just really indulging in that. I made so much chicken, so much little fun meals that I don't know, I went a little nuts, but it was a good learning experience, I guess, because now I can cook a few more things than I could before, so not complaining. Okay, I did have a craving starting around the second trimester. I strongly craved broccoli, which some people might not think that's weird, but it was really weird for me because I have not liked broccoli my entire life. My entire life I've thought broccoli is disgusting, and all of a sudden when I was pregnant I just was like, huh, I kind of want broccoli. So I went and I got broccoli, those little frozen steamable bags. Those are really convenient, by the way, if you're young and pregnant and you want to try and eat healthy. Get those little frozen steam bags that they have at the grocery store. Just pop them in the microwave in the bag, and like 3 minutes, boom, bam, you're done. And they're really good too, by the way. I always got the broccoli, we got the corn. We tried the green beans, but we weren't really huge fans, so yeah. Peas also, I like peas. But the broccoli, it was very, very good to me during my pregnancy, and I still eat it. I still like it now, which, if that tells you anything, it's kind of weird. I still felt really fatigued. That's one huge thing. Like I said, I was mostly in my bed during the first trimester. In the second trimester, I was still mostly in my bed because I was still super tired, and honestly that lasted pretty much my whole pregnancy. I was kind of lucky that towards the end of my second trimester going into my third trimester I kind of got some more energy, but for the most part I was always super tired, super just wanted to lay down, not even necessarily take a nap and sleep the whole time, but I just wanted to lay down, sit down, take a little breather, relax, that sort of thing. Next, I did not really feel depressed anymore because my skin did clear up. I was feeling a lot better. I was feeling like I could move more, like I had more purpose. I was learning more about pregnancy and having a baby. If you hear Connor in the background, hold on a second. don't worry, Philip is taking care of him, so if you're crying, don't worry, he's fine. He's just being a little fussy because he is teething and all that good stuff. So let's return to the stuff. Okay, so the third trimester. So I had quite a few symptoms in the third trimester. The biggest one I had is heartburn. I had such bad heartburn. I would have it all day long, sitting in class, sitting anywhere, standing, walking. I had heartburn all the time and it sucked. So Tums were my best friend. Phil got me this like huge jar of Tums. It had like 60 Tums in there, and that was my best friend. And also it was a lot worse when I laid down to go to sleep or something. I don't know what it is. I know it's like supposed to be worse when you're laying down, but oh my god, it was so bad. It just made my sleeping way worse, and I did have insomnia. Like, it was incredibly hard for me to get to sleep when I was pregnant. I did have to wear earplugs every night because Philip snores, and for whatever reason when I was pregnant I could not handle it. I did so much to try and make my sleep better, and it kind of did get better a little bit. I have a Snuggle pillow that kind of helped, because you know the weight distribution has to be safe for the belly. So I always slept on my right side. I think you're supposed to sleep on your left side, but I always slept on my right side because it was just facing the off side of the bed, and it's what was more comfortable for me. So that's how that was for me. My next symptom is I had some sciatic nerve pain. If you don't know what that is, it's like when you have a really sharp shooting pain up your back. It's this thing called sciatic nerve. Really hurts, and it didn't happen very often. It was very occasional, maybe like once or twice every 2 weeks. So it wasn't something that like really was a problem during my pregnancy, so I didn't really bring it up that much to my doctor because obviously like it wasn't that big a deal. It happened a couple times and then it didn't happen, so it wasn't a huge problem, but it does really hurt when it happens. Like, I had to stop and be like, oh my god, that pain. Anyways, my next symptom, I had hot flashes, guys. I had such bad hot flashes. Oh my god, I was hot all the time. I could not deal with it. I had to have air conditioning going 24/7. Oh my god, Philip got so like cold during all this. We like couldn't even cuddle in bed together when I was pregnant because I was so freaking hot, and it was bad. But then it would be like I would be like super hot, and then I'd turn on the AC and a few minutes later I'd be like freezing cold. So I definitely had really bad like body temperature changes. Pregnancy, guys. Pregnancy is hard. Pregnancy is hard. Let me emphasize that. Pregnancy is hard. Okay. Next symptom. I really craved hot dogs in my third trimester. I probably ate hot dogs for like 2 months straight. I don't know. Obviously not for every meal, but for like at least once a day for 2 months straight I had hot dogs, which is not the best thing to eat. Obviously they were cooked thoroughly, don't worry, but hot dogs. Next, I had, oh my god, I had the worst pregnancy brain. I would forget things all the time. I still do forget things all the time, so I'm blaming it on mom brain. But I had the worst pregnancy brain. Like, Philip would tell me something and then like not even a minute later I would be like, what are you talking about? I don't remember this. And that would happen all the time. I just never remembered anything he told me, anything anyone told me. I don't know how I did so well in school. Really don't. Honestly, pregnancy brain did drop my grades a little bit in school, so yeah, it did affect me. Did definitely affect me. Another thing was that my driving got so much worse, which if you look up bad driving while pregnant, it is like proven that pregnant women are worse drivers, which really sucks, because when you're pregnant, that's like when it's most important to be a good driver, right? So I was so bad. I would like go in and out of like, I don't even know, like I would zone out so bad when I was driving, which if you know that feeling when you like all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, how did I get this far? How did I get home? I swear I was just at school. Where have I been? And yeah, that was pretty much me every time I drove. I drive stick shift, so I always mess up the clutch, and if you know how annoying that is, it's really annoying, and it smells bad, and it's really not good for your car or the transmission. And driving, I hate driving now, if I'm being totally honest. I used to love it. Now, after pregnancy, I hate it. That is pretty much all of my symptoms, so I really hope this helped you out. This video was honestly mostly for me so that I can look back and easily remember what symptoms I had during my first pregnancy, because I am planning to get pregnant again in the future and have more babies, so I do want to have this to look back on. But I also wanted to put this out there to possibly help someone else who's going through pregnancy, because pregnancy is tough. Like I said, pregnancy is hard. It is really nice to kind of know what you can expect. So that's what I'm really hoping this video can help people with. And if you liked it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. That really helps me out. And leave a comment below. Let me know some of your symptoms, or maybe what you're scared about in your pregnancy. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post videos every week, at least once a week. I really want to try and post more, but you know, it's kind of hard sometimes. So I will be posting at least once a week. All of my social media links are down below in the description box, so if you haven't followed me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook already, you can go ahead and do that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye! Okay.